Hello everyone, welcome. Wait. I give you the intro that it says, yeah. What's up, gamers? Welcome back to another episode of Vampire the Masquerade, the Coteries of New York. Today we're going to dive into another night of this level mission. The name Hope, her master voice. And I'm pumped to show you what we got so far. Okay. Oh, this is great. I love it so far. I'm gonna give an intro that ChatGPT suggested it. Since I never found a good intro, it's like I'm just gonna read it. The next one is so fucking funny. Hey there, fellow adventurer! It's time for another epic journey in Vampire the Masquerade adventure. If you cannot be original, make someone else original for you. Gonna be honest, it's a kind of cliche let's play intro, okay? But I love it. Anyway, let's no further ado, let's get right into the game, okay? I'm sorry that I went through this detour. Okay, let's check out on Hope. It's interesting that he's back, because he means business. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I give you my old intro. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Yep, welcome back, and we are doing Hope. Yeah. When you reach the cafe, you're welcomed by the familiar face of the waiter who first led you inside. To exchange looks and nods, he hides his vape pen in a back pocket. She's been expecting you. Something happened to her car, and she's hasn't subtly left her room ever since. He scratches his head, shrugs and gestures at you to follow him. Okay. Jesus, this cafe is horrible. It's the same room as before, first beyond the locked door, at the end of the room with the older computers, then into an endless grey labyrinth. Really, to give you a full room? It looks more like a motel or an apartment. Finally reach the door that will look like any other to a random bystander. Of course, by now you know that the hopes have lies beyond it. The waiter bids you adieu with an exaggerated bow and starts walking back to the cafe. You enter a familiar room, to this time the lights are on inside. Hope is inside, walking around nervously, overseeing every screen inside. When she spots you, she wastes no time, no introduction. Cara Montgomery, what do you know of her? Not a lot, heard something, I know the name. I just know the name. You could have seen her... What? You could have seen her listicles, such as Top 5 Badass Women in Tech 2018. 12 CEO who sparks innovation through empathy? Empathy? I mean, empathy, really? That you call empathy? He tried to fucking kill you. Or 20 entrepreneurs with mysterious ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Shit, who's Jeffrey? Wait, isn't... Wait. Oh, wait. Didn't he got arrested? Oh yeah, he was arrested! Jeffrey Epstein, yeah, he even killed himself. Is this guy say New York? Yeah, I think I heard of him. He killed himself, 2019. Oh, just that year. You don't get your voice answered, the question was just mere courtesy. She has a monologue to deliver and she won't allow any interruption. Why do you ask then? 20 years ago, she was a failed .com investor. Now she's a CEO of a Double Spiral, a brand management startup working at the crossroad of big data and influencer culture. Want more? The quotation marks are audible, dripping with venom. Long story short, she spent years convincing her Camarilla contacts, as in out-of-touch old farts angry about smartphones, that criminal can benefit from controlling the internet. She's trying to control the internet? Good luck with that shit. Her IT ghouls have done a lot of research on deepfakes, AI and machine learning. Her goal is the ability to generate thousands of believable human online accounts. Which, if you think about right now, is astonishingly easy. It's like, I think YouTube is far easier. You basically copy and paste the comment. the first guy. Basically an army of posters that could brute force anything to the mainstream discourse. The elders took a while to get the concept, but eventually Kara got their blessing. Yeah. You have full control of the algorithm if you think about it. Like you constantly have like an army of 100 people. They literally can make you millionaire because they're gonna constantly push the content of yours in different feedbacks. So you gotta be more shareable towards everyone. Ah, evil villains giving me ideas. But still, I need to work on the content, so I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm not that vile, but I think I could be. Maybe I should be. The thing is, he claims her attack is ready to be tested, but he needs one final component to work properly, and that's why. She poses. She proposed a truce. Fuck her. Fuck her. Fuck her! Took the words right out of my fucking mouth. You tried to fucking blast my head off. Fuck you. No. Truce my ass. No matter how much I hate her guts, she's a blessing in disguise. Hear me out. She picked in a public place in Manhattan, neutral ground where we can meet without fear that the other party might do something stupid and violate the masquerade. She wants just to talk. Nobody wants just to talk, especially when someone would try to murder you. You will go there and play in my place and listen to her terms. You won't accept them, of course, especially not after he just tried to kill us. We just steal her voice and walk away. How do I steal her voice? I'm going alone. Why won't we accept the truth? Steal her voice? What next? You will trade her mermaid tail for hands? A Disney joke? Sweet. That's very sweet joke. I noticed now what it meant to be. It was actually a nice joke. Then what next? Will you hit me with a topical Harry Potter reference? No, I don't know enough of Harry Potter. I'm not trying to be obtuse here. Wait a second, tell me, and let me explain my plan. You see, there is only one way to even the odds. You have to hit Kara where it hurts, and she's only got one weak point, double spiral headquarters. Kara's the only person there with access to every room. The security is something she came up with herself, voice-based, but using a different password phrase every time. Now it's possible to steal voices, right? So voice password protected servers wouldn't be extremely vulnerable now. You saw those videos, right? The AI generated one. You saw them. The one that generates PewDiePie voice, Markiplier voice, and then quite well. It's scary. From it's just recording her talking is not enough if you want to get in. That's why I started selling illicit material to people with access to advanced deepfake audio technology. Well, I guess we are a little bit too late. I got it right in this room, and now all I need is a sample base that will allow me to manufacture a bot that talks like her. To monitor data, I need to stay behind. Still, I think the plan is pretty simple. You talk to her while we're wearing a wire. Okay. I process the recording here and steal her voice, and voila, she's wide open. Fair enough. Then we invade Double Spiral and destroy it from within. The evil is defeated, I become part of your crew. Happy ending for everybody? How does it sound to you? Good enough. My only problem is can you actually sample someone's entire voice for a chit chat? I'm guessing few minutes, 10, 20, maybe less. I mean, happy to hear it. Ho shakes her hand and claps her hand. When she speaks up, she sounds different, more spaced out, stuttering. Antisocial engineer, alright, let me fix you out with the hardware. You should become an introvert in video. I'm sorry, I was just finding out that she switching identity, right? Just like become an introvert. Oh, shy, suddenly. She hands you a minuscule earpiece and starts attaching a small decorative pin to your clothes, along with some mask wiring. It's a directional microphone, I can clean up the audio later, but keep it pointed directly to the camera as much as possible. Alright? I put on the earpiece she gave you, it fits snugly deep inside your right ear. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The hardware works flawlessly and the audio quality seems great. You give a hope and affirmative sign with your head. Beautiful! Kara designated the meeting place at the vessel. You heard about the place, right? It's right by the eastern end of the Lincoln Tunnel. A giant pile of a staircase, basically impossible to miss. Manhattan answered to that file tower. Okay. A coding monument being only ever so slightly free. Depending on who you ask. I drive you there, but my car is still in the shop. I don't want to risk being spotted by Kara's people, and I need to process the voice data from here. Yeah, you have quite a unique vehicle, which means I have perfectly accessible number of excuses for not letting myself get anywhere close to that demonic old hag. But so they don't know your hideout, I'm guessing. You involuntarily roll your eyes a little bit. Hope sits in front of her screens, pretending not to have noticed. So you should be getting shown on the road? What? Ready whenever you are. Let's go. No sense lingering here, you get back to the streets and find your car. Wrapping up this show as quickly as possible. Sounds like a good idea. Around 30 minutes later, you are in front of the vessel. Home description. What the heck just happened? Home description, giant pile of staircases wasn't particularly helpful. From the distance, the building looks more like a giant honeycomb designed to swarm with tourist bees. At least during the day, that is. At the moment the place is closed to general public. A few men who look vaguely threatening and out of place are making sure nobody unwanted gets in. Nobody unwanted gets in. I told you, I reached it with guest. However, you have no problem getting up the stair. All it takes in is an exchange of knowing glances without the guards. You're expected. Makes sense. A young figure appears in your sight, staring down the streets of Manhattan. She must know who I am. You know, city people often complain about being unable to see the starry skies, but I always thought the real tragedy was how they're unable to appreciate the man-made sea or lights that surround them. Funny things, yes, I actually believe that is far better. If you think about it, have you ever tried to go to the middle of nowhere? Nowhere, no fucking light, in the middle of the night. Your brain will scream at you and say, there may be death in front of you. There's something that can kill you, and you're surrounded by it. You will notice immediately how your brain will think. You can teach people a lot of things, but you cannot teach them to see, huh? You recognize the face from Hope's phone. Finally, you meet Kara Montgomery in flash. She turns to you, puts on a wide smile, the most fake smile she can get, and shakes your hand with a firm grip. First, a representative of Sophie Langley, now a representative of Hope. Not aware of the level of my own career, but I gotta say, not many neonates get around the way you do. Hard fucking hard. Hardy fucking hard. Hope speaks up in your ear for the first time, sitting with contempt. Although Kara couldn't possibly have heard her, she immediately goes on to address her absence. Can't say I expected her to actually arrive here, with you, or instead of you. On the other hand, I'm sure every single word I say will be instantly relayed to her. Chinese Democrat? What? Really? And for the first time in forever, your empty blubbering will serve an actually useful cause. So let me make sure we cut out everyone but the middleman for a while, okay? Yeah, please don't. Please don't calm me down. She takes out her phone and taps the touchscreen. In a few seconds, that barely perceptible buzzing sound in your ear disappears completely. Fuck! Of course! Of course you got a fucking jammer! Why the fuck not? You cannot hear Hope anymore. It's probably she cannot hear your voice right now either, which will mean she must be busy raging and cursing out everything in her sight at the moment. This obviously wasn't something she expected to happen. Wasn't that obvious? Like, if I was one, yeah, I would probably put a jammer. Makes sense. Yeah. I mean, if I have that level of enemies, a jammer would almost be a necessity. Could be that Kara saw through your plan. You have to play it cool to see what happens next. Knowing home, you probably heard whatever scraps can be Googled about me. A pile of insults for good measure, obviously. I know everything there's to be known about you as well, Andorea. Of course you know about fucking me. I don't believe we have a need for formal introduction, but first off, let me apologize for the discord my former employee has caused you. Yep. I wasn't remotely aware of his planned action against Hope. I fully condemn them and glad to see you unharmed, and of course applaud your swift disposal of the psycho. Langley choose you well. With silence. Long ass silence. But let me cut off the chase here to present myself the best way I know how, through my ideas, which you think has a monopoly on reality. Oh, well, I feel like whoever wrote this piece was a little bit complotist, which is nice. Don't get me wrong, I love these kind of stories. They're well written. Not much of a small talk, is she? What do you think that has monopoly on reality? Corporation? Especially in the United States. Corporation, dude. That's a very typical answer, very 21st century sounding. Have they take succeeding replacing the state here, though? No, but they have quite a liability, I believe. The senior to someone behind you for a while, you've been watched by Kara's man who circles around the staircases. Presumably her goals, one of them set off downstairs. You know, we all know we're gonna not try anything funny. You know, Bolivia just had a military coup, had self a few accounts posting about nothing but Bolivian politics in English, set out to convince every random person online that the USA wasn't to blame. Ah, love it. Love it. Love it. Sloppy work if you ask me. Now imagine this 70 years old K-pop fan from Ohio writing an entire thread about how her relatives in La Plaza are actually glad the president is gone. A film reviewer with a side interest in politics selling you on a CAI approved narrative about evil morals and approachable fitness guy explaining the situation to you in simple terms, just like it is. Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! Ho ho ho! This is getting to the neat and cranny. Animated voices expressing gesture. Maybe I am fake. I am AI generated. I'm not really here. Oh my god. If it ever happened. Well, shit. Expressing gesture and steady eye contact, she taught herself how to project a good image. But it's not natural yet. At times it feels like if she's screaming at you to trust her. Okay? It's know how to emulate the masses, reach out one of those Eastern European troll farms and BANG! A few hours later you have a clone army with instantly voices support for any goals. I'm quite confident Joe Rogan covered one of this topic. Whoever wrote this definitely listen to Joe. Our lovely Rogan Joe. You will spread your message, but you won't foster a new culture that serves your goals. Won't masquerade your messaging as independent though. For that, you need personality, not the masses. But ability to emulate personalities, a whole different ballgame, not a craft but an art. You need to understand your fabrication so deeply that you start to hate it and then learn to love it. If you want to make a bunch of those personalities follow one agenda, you need once-in-a-lifetime team to achieve that. A like-minded artistic collective, both ambitious and obedient. Ambitious indeed. Obedient, no, I'm not so sure, but yeah, ambitious definitely. Even though you cannot hear Hope's voice in your ear right now, you can swear you hear her in Kara's speech. It's that same tone she was using when monologuing in the car. One of them must have been a big influence on another, or perhaps they used to be in a position where they both shaped each other's personas. Hard to say. Only one thing is for sure. And that is, Hope must be absolutely furious right now. Is it possible that Kara knew about her plot? Finger crossed, she doesn't. The state is satisfied when an account that went unused for 5 years suddenly start yelling imperialist propaganda in the void. Really? The aging corporation are too sad in their ways. But image a fresh startup that enables the proliferation of ideas adjacent to the prince's plans for the future. Now imagine it getting to the bed with the biggest corporation and agency. And we are clearly giving too much power. I don't know. Some people say it's a good thing, so other people's like, I'm kinda starting to believe though we are reaching like the borderlines. Because they can fuck you up. Now they can actually fuck with you. So many lives that could be improved or even saved from the rays of first light. I have the infrastructure, I have the elders' support. All I need now is a mastermind at the center of it all. To take the fall? Yes, Hope. She looks down and takes the scenery below for a while. Then she points at her t-shirt, the one piece of clothing that clashes with the rest of her outfit. You know, I'm a huge fan of punk. The leading idea of my company, Double Spiral, is to make everything I do a little bit punk. I'm all about clashing ideas. Yeah, I'm all about disruption. I mean, okay. you blink a few times and quick section. Like, what? Oh god, you think to yourself, she's that kind of person, you saw a lot of them your whole life. Another establishment asshole co-opting everything anti-established, blasting Fugazi while ruining lives via Excel spreadsheet. You might have punched a boss cut from the same clothes once. You call yourself escape from memory lane. Kara started talking about Hope, so you better listen. To me, Hope is as punk as it gets. A free spirit, fiercely independent, an eternal contrarian, at odds with everything and everyone, developing her talent just because she finds it joyful. I wish I can reach that point. That independency. But God, does this girl need guidance? Not putting her talents to better use? Rotting away, posting innate bullshit all the time? But why? What's wrong with it? What a waste I've built an environment specifically to develop her talents and to become indispensable to our society that she rejected because of some idiotic hang-ups. I don't expect you to change your mind about me just because I kept yapping and yapping. Is she obsessed with hope? I just hope you keep in perspective in mind and serve as the voice of reason hope really needs right now. Not ever had my say, how about we put our girl back on? She taps her phone again. Kinda like Watch Dogs. I quite buzz your piece of yoga right here. You're bluffing. This is a better safe than sorry kind of thing, isn't it? There's no one listening in. Maybe you're right, maybe not. 100 years too early to even think of accessing my calms. Sheer bullshitting you, don't sell her anything but bullshit in return. Look who's back. Don't worry, she should have heard everything. I just wanted to spare you any annoying commentary track while I introduce myself. Excuse me for a second. Oh my god. One of Kara's guard approaches to show her something on his phone. Hope uses the distraction to get you up to speed with how things are on her side. Yeah, for a second I was about to rage that the hag has gotten the better of us, but hey, go figure. She just wanted to take a piece in my Cheerios. The plan worked. Well, gonna eat that Cheerio out the window. I have a lot of data from her monologuing and some private sources, but the more we gather, the better. This display here says more key letters could be useful. Okay, so don't beat yourself up to it if you fail, but if you get her to repeat something with K in it, that might improve our deepfake voice. K? Looks like Kara is done talking to the guard. Sorry about that. Looks like I've got to attend another meeting on a Google representative shortly. They're gonna throw a lot of big name company here. Hope's not. Not bragging though. By the way, does anyone but Hope know about this little rendezvous? Your patron? Any other companion? Or maybe Nosferatu? Who's Oh yeah, we didn't meet. Yeah, no, the Kaiser. Nobody just should have told anyone. Maybe, maybe not. It just says a lot about your personality, that's all. Anyway, no offense, but since Hope's not here, I really have to rush. Honestly, I feel a little insulted that she set up this meeting and even bothered to show up. Insulted and suspicious, her tone of voice betrays her. She might have good instincts, but too bad she didn't trust them here. Still out of respect for Langley, I decided to have this talk with you, to explain you why my asset to the Camarilla, and to explain why the elders need Hope by my side. Okay, what a worm-brain hag here forgot to mention that the elders don't give a shit about me. I believe I sown some seeds here that might sprout in the near future. Double spiral looks out for people who look out for it, is all I'm saying. But before I leave, you know, there's one thing I really wish I knew. Back when I knew her, she was a different person, or different people. People? Okay. Depending on how you look at it. Yeah, people sounds about right. Why does she fight against me so much? What's her motivation to resist so much? What's her motivation? Good question. She never shared it with you. Answer whatever you want, but A, you better lie through your teeth. B, get her to say V a few times. If you can, I might prove a few shortcomings of your deepfake softwares. So what's your answer? Something like payback. I don't remember the exact phrasing though. Kara frowns. See? Cunning. Revenge. What? Did you start fucking... Wait. Getting even? Revenge? Revengeancy? Vendetta? Vindication? Dig me dead and bury me friend, mate. You're good at this. Yeah, I totally mean to do that. Or just like your boat, that's all the V lets we need, it seems. Just throwing all the VC she can fucking think. One of Kara people erupts with a theatrical cough. How can you cough theatrically? That's out of my field of expertise, so Kara suggests at him to calm down. I really need to go now. See you around, Andorea. Goodbye, Kara. She begins to walk down the stairs surrounded by her guards. When she's gone from before your eyes, Hope decides to summarize your mission. Ma mejón, for the love of Christ, You should could have kept her droning on her a little longer. Turns out the T letter could use some improvements as well. Give me a break. Not complaining though, you did good, and don't worry, the data I have should be more than enough to generate a convincing deep fake. Just need to put in some work, and so I guess I'll get to that right away. Enjoy the rest of your night. Drop my hardware at your heaven when you get the chance. So, my biggest problem, if she's a CEO, so if she's that famous, wouldn't she have at least 1 or 2 speeches which you can use your deepfake on? Out of curiosity, just saying, if you're CEO, you definitely have some speeches. I'm quite confident she has to talk a lot, and you can finally something, on the internet. I'll let you know when we were ready to hit Car's base of operation. Pray for my success, sweetie, and I might be done soon. Maybe even tomorrow. And once we're done with her, we'll talk about how we can pay your generosity. Amen! Amen. The connection drops, it looks like that's all for now. You gaze at the sea of lights around you, and the last time, and to start making your way back to the street level. Guess we're gonna need to take a quick nap. We're back to the mission! You arrive at the leech pit, finding less rounded than the last time. The bar is still packed, but the dance floor is empty tonight. Except for the old crackling speaker, I'll play music that will probably sound like noisy when high-end hardware. Mia is nowhere to be seen, but you remember she requested that you ask for her at the bar. You approach the bar, ask the bartender. Finishes pouring a beer for an older guy in a faded, fraying Iron Maiden t-shirt. She turns to you. What can I get ya? Is Mia around? No, she's not in tonight. She looks at you up and down, a spark of recollection shine in her eye. Oh yeah, that's right. She takes a well-worn book from behind the counter, some kind of YA vampire novel. What is a YA vampire? What is a YA? Really? Okay, it's supposed to mean something like a teenager or like a younger year. Flips through it. She produces like a what is shonen and seinen? No, seinen is for the old one. Shonen and seiren was the name, I think. Seinen is for the old one. Like a shonen. Yeah, well, whatever. She produces a piece of paper from between the book pages and passes to you. She told me you'd be interested in reading this novel. You find a relatively quiet corner and take a look at the note. T wants to meet you, arrange it, but you need to prove yourself trustworthy. Look around the leech pit for a guy named Bruce. Bavadu tattoos leaves on his right arm. I'm 90% sure he's somebody's retainer and sent her to spy on us, but I can meet the name of his master and write it on this card, then return it to the bar. It doesn't take long to locate this Bruce guy. Wow, he's a shit spy for me to, get it to. He sits alone in a corner to be a glass already empty on his table. You take a moment to consider your approach. I kinda just want to, feed on him, to be honest. But, yeah, should I? Let's feed. You figure you have the time to feed before confronting this guy. You keep your eye on him, but to look for a good opportunity in the meantime. What do you know? A half-passed out pattern near the toilet is almost begging for somebody's attention. You prop him up, as if you help him standing straight. His breath reeks of alcohol. You bite into his neck right above his tank top, carefully, drink just a little and quickly. Don't get to enjoy the full palate. It's the closest to a beer you ever had in a while, though. Tastes like beer. The man slaps your arms, mumbles something under his breath, and you settle him down gently near the empty kegs in the back. Somebody will come and pick him up for sure. Temporarily sedated, you turn your attention back to the task at hand. And that's when you lock eyes with Bruce. He's been standing there just meters away for a while, you think. He slinks away through the main area and walks outside. He knows what you are for sure. You follow him out, expecting to run after him, but he's there, having a cigarette. Yo, I had the feeling you joined me. You smoke? He pushes her lighter close to you, the flame triggering primal fear in you that the forces you take a step back and bump into another bathroom, just leaving the bar. Yeah, didn't think so. You were staring at me in the bar before. What do you want? It's just business. I know. Yeah, let's go with this. Not gonna happen. He flicks the cigarette at you and you flinch. Is all it takes for him to dash away. Much faster than a human should be able to. He's bolting alright. Catch up to him. Throwing out through the window, you focus your blonde and give a chase after Bruce. He might be faster than a human, but his abilities are a fraction of yours. He dashes to a nearby alley and you follow suit. Before he can jump the fence, you tackle him to the ground, and a short brawl later, you are standing a few meters apart, Bruce eyeing you with hatred. Beat the dynamo out of him. You clash again, but this time you are not pulling any patches. Bruce's ribs crack, you dislocate his shoulders, break a few of his teeth, then you are done with him. It's a mess. Piece of fuck, man. No more, please, man. Ready to talk? Samira. Her name is Samira, okay? Just no more, please. You leave him there, buttering alone. He should have talked when he had the chance. At least that's what you are telling yourself as you make your way back to the leech pit. Time to leave something for Mia. You borrow a pen from the bar and flip Mia's note on the other side. Samira, you put the name down, a piece of paper, hoping you got it right. You heard it before, you think, maybe the night of that Elysium, when the Anarch got executed. Yeah, that's it. He said the woman the priest talked to. She was pretty grim. He's hoping it was all worth it and won't come back to bite you in the ass. You pass the piece of paper to the bartender. She sticks it back in the same book. Hold on a second, she wanted me to pass something on to you. She produced a cell phone from behind the counter. It's ancient and at least 15 years out of date. Just 15 years? Alright then, here is. Old charger of the price of a junk in your hand. They really did think of everything. She says she'll be in touch. It takes you a moment to remind yourself how to operate this thing, and you find its phone book is blank. No Wi-Fi connectivity and no saved message. You got a version of Snake though. No, you gave me a Nokia. The button is already over at the other and her domain, taking orders from patterns with your Anarch contact. Nowhere inside, you decide to move on for the night. Hopefully you educate gas based on the scraps or info you collected will be enough for Mia to call you. And this is everything for today. I believe this one was a short one. Not too short, but not too long at the same time. Anyway, have a lovely day and a lovely bye.